Hi, this is Nicole with Healthy Steps Nutrition and CrossFit HSN, as well as Healthy Steps Consulting. Today, we're going to go through the foundations of a successful nutrition program. I can tell you that this is something that has evolved and grown over the past 10 years. When you go to school to be a dietitian, you don't necessarily know how to run your own business. You don't have a degree in business, you know medical nutrition therapy, you know everything there is to know about the science behind nutrition. But when it comes to putting that into a private practice, there's a lot of missing pieces that you have to figure out. The goal of this is to try and help you understand some of these main pieces so that you don't make some of the same mistakes that I did. So this is the fitness pyramid. Nutrition's at the bottom. We've talked to hundreds of affiliate owners over the years. I know nutrition is important. My whole story, my mom was diagnosed with cancer when I was really young, and we completely changed our diet and our lifestyle to eat healthier and really focus on fueling your body for optimal health. And so we completely changed our diet. My mom lived much longer than the doctor said she would. You can't directly relate it to what we were eating, but I know it played a part of her process of living longer than she was expected to. I also was a cheerleader in college, and they thought some of us had eating disorders, so they sent us all to a dietitian. As soon as I left that office, I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do. She helped athletes learn about fueling their body and understanding that if you want to lose weight, you shouldn't just completely restrict everything that's going in your body. You really need to fuel your body for optimal health, fuel your body for performance. And if you're fueling your body properly, the results will come. So I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do. I found CrossFit almost about the same time. Was going to a CrossFit when I moved down to South Florida to work at a hospital. They thought when the owners found out that I was a dietitian, they started sending everyone to me, and I didn't really understand. It wasn't until I got my level 1 and level 2 I had a better grasp on why they didn't feel as comfortable talking about nutrition with their members. There just wasn't that much knowledge given. Most people were just telling their clients what worked for them, and that's not going to work for everybody else. So I started going around the state of Florida doing nutrition seminars and challenges, and it was a great way to kickstart a nutrition program. But there wasn't all the foundational pieces. There wasn't an ongoing coaching accountability part, which is a huge part of people's success. So you can get people to lose weight really quickly. That's great, but how much are they able to keep off? That's our main goal. Are we able to make a lifestyle change? Is this realistic to stay with long term? That's our goal with the philosophy behind Healthy Steps Nutrition. You want people to make a lifestyle change rather than make this quick fix that they're going to go back to old habits. So today we're going to be talking about how to structure a program, the importance of consistency overall, roles and tasks, understanding what those roles and tasks are and who should be responsible for them, and then figuring out a launch strategy. Having a good launch strategy, launching appropriately, figuring out your prices right from the beginning is important to set the tone for the program overall. If you're discounting your prices really significantly at the beginning, it's going to be tough for people to see the value of paying the higher prices. You want to make sure that you're structuring a program that involves an ongoing piece. So not just the initial month or initial challenge, you want something for your clients long after the challenge is over. Consistency is such an important part of the process with growing a nutrition business. There's so many different pop-ups now online, and so many different people that are calling themselves, nutritionist, and you have to help them sort the fiction from the facts. I can't tell you how many clients that have come in that were sold on these different food products by whoever they were following, soy-based chips or bars or all these different things. People need whole food, not food products, and they need a lifestyle, not a restrictive diet. And that is your job to show them how they can get the results they want through the mode that you're providing them. So common scenarios that I hear, I tell people what's worked for me. That's great, but it's not going to be the answer for everyone. We also hear a lot from affiliate owners. I don't feel comfortable charging. I don't have the degree. I just don't know what to charge for, how much to charge. We wrote an article for the CrossFit Journal in 2017 regarding this. And the biggest thing is making sure that you're valuing your time, right? If you start offering discounts to everyone, it's going to be tough to have those regular prices. You need to be consistent with what you're charging, have prices laid out, have them on your nutrition landing page so people know that you are charging for the services. Another really common thing that we hear is we run a challenge and nutrition gets pushed to the back burner after the challenge is over. If you're running 1 to 2 challenges a year, that's maybe 60 days out of the year that you're talking about nutrition. It really needs to be almost a weekly, daily conversation with your members. How's the eating going? How's the hydration going? Did you drink enough water? You want to provide support in-house, and consistency with talking about it is going to help your clients realize how important it is. Another common thing that we hear often, my members are going to X online nutrition company for services. So your members are now leaving your umbrella that you've already built the rapport with to go pay for a nutrition service outside of that. I think if you don't have a nutrition program and you don't plan on getting one, that is, an option to have someone that you trust to provide nutrition services, but you really want to be offering the whole package in-house. If you offer nutrition services as a standalone option, then you'll get people that are not involved in your gym. A lot of times for us, we get new members for nutrition and then they end up converting to personal training, CrossFit, or kids classes, but they start off with nutrition. If you don't offer that, you're completely segmenting your target population because some people want to lose weight. If they want to lose weight, then they have to find your gym versus the nutrition services that you offer and having that total package. I heard a story recently about a gym that was promoting an online nutrition company, and that's fine and dandy. The issue came when members started leaving the gym because they were receiving better results with the nutrition company online. So if you think about the long-term effects, if you're losing members because nutrition, they're seeing better results there, that's going to be tough for you to have a sustainable business. Offering everything in-house is going to really help you. So I want you to walk outside your facility and walk back in. Is it clear to potential new clients that you offer nutrition services? Do you have a nutrition board? Do you have the nutrition packages laid out at a welcome desk? Do you have a nutrition landing page? Do you show success stories of a nutrition client in your facility? Is the fitness pyramid visible in your facility? Do you have a poster about nutrition? Do you have the services that you offer on your windows and nutrition is on there? You want to make sure that you're talking about nutrition on a regular basis. You need it to be seen when new clients walk through your door. So what does this look like as far as presence? The nutrition board will go into having a nutrition goal board, having wellness memberships, testing biometrics, so testing their body fat percentage, testing their muscle mass, nutrition in on-ramp. So we have 2 on-ramp options for our gym. We have a regular on-ramp option and the gold on-ramp. The gold on-ramp includes a customized nutrition initial consult during their first 2 weeks as they go through the 4 personal training sessions. And then after that, they convert right over to that wellness membership, which is nutrition plus CrossFit. But in our regular on-ramp programs, there's nutrition programming each day. So just as there is a warm-up, there is a nutrition topic that the coach will discuss, such as the plate method, giving them a 3-compartment container, eating out, eating around your workouts, hydration. A different topic is discussed. They have points, just same thing like points of performance for a squat or deadlift. They have points they go over, they're written out, they know exactly what they need to say, and then they move on. It starts the conversation early with nutrition and it's consistent. So they're hearing about it every time they walk into our facility for the first 2 weeks. And then they're consistently hearing about it after that as well during classes. You need consistency within your program. There's so many different pieces of the puzzle, but basically you need your staff to be on the same page, all talking about the same nutrition philosophy and giving that same elevator pitch of the nutrition program. What is it about? How is it going to help your members? How is it different? You want to be consistent with the content that you're providing for your members because you need to have that reintroducing nutrition on a regular basis. If you're not talking about it, your clients aren't going to realize how important it is. It needs to be consistent with the client experience. When a client walks into your office for a nutrition consult, the same things need to happen with every single client. If you're talking about meal planning with one client and then talking about water with another client, that's going to be tough. So you want to make sure that it's consistent experience with your clients. You want to make sure that if they ever compared notes, that they're getting the same resources and tools and one person doesn't feel left out versus another person. So if you look at how our program's structured, a client comes in, we find out their baseline, we talk to them about what they're doing now. Then we start doing their biometrics. We talk about goal setting. We go through the basics of nutrition. We go through hydration. We go through a meal plan, and they leave with action steps. The same procedure happens with every single person. Their plan's going to be different based on their initial assessment, based on their baseline. We'll tweak the plan, but they're all walking away with the same materials. We're all discussing the same things with the nutrition clients. So if they ever compared, it's going to be similar. We want to be providing resources to clients. This is something that I didn't do at the beginning, and it was very tough because I'm sitting in front of a client trying to jot all these things down that I would give them handwritten notes. That's not professional. It doesn't look great, and you're not going to provide the consistency between clients. You want to be sending follow-up messages and the messages related to nutrition to your clients consistently. So if you're checking in with clients, you need to have a standard procedure of how often you check in, when you check in, and what's the mode of checking in. You need to have consistency with the presence of nutrition at your facility. This looks like physical presence, but then also the presence as far as discussing nutrition. So we shouldn't just be discussing nutrition only when the nutrition coach is coaching a class. And if your nutrition coach doesn't coach at all, then it's never talked about. You need to be asking nutrition questions of the day once a week. You need to be asking your clients, and your coaches need to be asking your clients how everything's going with their nutrition. You need to have one clear vision. I know this is something that is tough for some affiliates as they switch gears with running a different type of nutrition program, but all of your coaches need to be on board. If you have one coach talking about keto, another coach talking about paleo, another one talking about zone, and then you're providing a different philosophy, your members aren't going to know which one to choose, and it's going to be like everyone is competing for each other. Especially if you have a coach that's doing an online program, your members are going to follow. So you need to make sure that whatever message is being sent to your members from your coaches is all talking about your program. Maybe they don't do it, but that's what they need to be promoting within your facility. If your business does well, they do well. You need to have an elevator pitch. So what is your nutrition program about? How do you get your staff on board? A staff meeting. Get them talking about nutrition with each other. Have every one of your staff members sit through a no sweat intro so they know what it's like. They can talk about a personal experience. They all have that elevator pitch. You need to have a standard operating procedure for people that are interested in your program. So if someone asks a coach, what do? They need to be scheduling a no snack intro, that 15-minute initial conversation with the client. We'll go into it in a little bit, but then coaches participation. So this looks like coaches participation in a challenge. If your coaches are on board with doing some of food logging and trying new recipes, having them post that. So it's a consistent message that nutrition is important from all of your staff. Promoting engagement. So this looks like from a nutrition coach standpoint, from staff members, talking about nutrition on social media, asking questions to members about how it's going. What did you have for breakfast? What's your favorite go-to snack? Goal setting sessions with their clients, sitting down with their clients and talking to them about their goals on a regular basis. We do it twice a year. Our members are welcome to do it more than that. They come in and we do an InBody scan as a part of their membership twice a year. So they do a scan, we see their progress. If they're not seeing the progress fast enough, then it's a great opportunity for us to recommend nutrition. If they are, it's positively reinforcing all of their hard work. You want to be asking nutrition questions of the day, promote engagement, and then give some tips after you ask that question. Posting recipes, posting videos of recipes, posting nutrition tips, making videos of nutrition tips. There's so many different ways to promote engagement and consistently deliver content to your members. You want to encourage food tracking. We talk about food logging all the time. We recommend MyFitnessPal. It's super easy to use. Integrates with our app nicely, so we can pull the data right from MyFitnessPal. We no longer have to go through and look at each individual person's food logs through the food sharing and friends. It takes way too long, and it's not an easy thing for nutrition coaches to do. So now the information is just pulled to MyFitnessPal. You want to have email content that you're not selling things, that you're providing resources for your clients and tips to help them see good results. You want to be testing those biometrics. So roles and tasks for a nutrition coach. This is probably one of the most important things that we can go over. You need to lay out clearly who is responsible for what, how much content needs to be created versus what's provided, what type of content is being sent out, who's designing it, who's delivering it, and how are they doing that, the process of getting new clients signed up, and setting nutrition hours, as well as branding nutrition content. So you don't want your nutrition posts to be different every time. You want them to be consistent. You want to have your logo on that. There's different apps that you can use or different tools that you can use on the computer to make consistent branding. But you need to make sure that it's clearly defined whose role it is, so that if your nutrition coach is doing it, which I would recommend that they do, it is very clear that that is part of the roles and tasks of their job. That's one of the reasons why they're making 4/9 of all the income that's brought in. That's one of the things that they need to do. If they're producing more content, the program is going to grow. They're going to make more money. So roles and tasks prior to launching a program. We need to make sure that you have a website. You need to have nutrition packages up. You need to set your nutrition packages first and foremost. So design pricing. We're going to go into the pricing in a little bit, but you want to make sure that you have your nutrition packages out. You have them on a website. You have the sign up buttons on the website, getting success stories on your website. So when we're talking and looking at, when I do free calls with affiliates, I look at their website to see, do they have a nutrition program? Do they have success stories on there? Are they charging appropriately? What is the call to action on the page for booking consults? Do they have to email? If you're making it one step harder, it's going to be tougher for people to actually book. So you want to make it very easy for them to book a consult. You want to send an email out about why nutrition is important. You need to start with the why. What is your story with nutrition? Why is it important to you? Why should it be important to everyone else? You want to be creating infographics with a call to action. So what's right for you? Set up an appointment today. Let us help you sort the fiction from the facts. This is one of the many infographics that we've made regarding our nutrition programs. Marketing. There's a whole section on marketing that we're going to dive into in a little bit, but the most important thing with marketing is that it's consistent. We need to be posting nutrition tips. We need to be posting videos. You need to be posting success stories, questions of the day, and getting coaches to engage in that on social media. Also in a class, you could do in the tips of the question of the day, put them in the note section. We use SugarWOD, and we just put them in the note section so the coach can see. You want to post weekly recipes on your website, social media, link them back to your website. If you have the Facebook pixel, that's a camera that you can see who's going to your website. You want to develop nutrition content for a newsletter as well. So the more consistent, the more places you can integrate nutrition, the better. So nutrition coaching, what does it look like? What should your nutrition coach be doing? This is one of our nutrition clients that just comes in for nutrition. She lives about an hour away. She did really awesome. She's proud of her results, and she's happy to stand behind a board talking about all of her awesome, amazing results. You want to, for nutrition coaches, capture those success stories. We need to be scheduling appointments, confirming appointments. We use Acuity to confirm appointments as well. It sends an automatic email and a text message 24, however many hours. Ours is set out for 36 hours in advance to the nutrition appointment. You also want to be creating resource folders for your clients. You want to make sure that your nutrition coach is arriving early and has all of the resources in a folder so they're not printing stuff out when your client is there. You need to maintain physical and electronic files for your client. Before we would just do physical files, they stayed at the office, but now they're online as well. So it makes it easy for us to pull up a client details if someone asks a question and I'm not at the office. So if you have them online and physical form, that is great. We have a place for us to store all of our notes on the client dashboard through the app. So it makes it easy for us to manage all of our clients. You want to make sure that you're scheduling follow-up appointments while the client is in your office. You need to be sending out reminder emails. You want to be sending out recap emails of what you talked about after each consult. You need to be reviewing food logs and also developing these highlight boards at the end of the month with nutrition coaching. Running a challenge. This is another thing that, is great. We have a whole section on running a challenge, which we'll dive into in a little bit, but you want to make sure that you have you're managing registration, that you have biometric testing, and you have people sign up for that biometric testing. You want to make a flyer. You need to make a Facebook group. You need to make a Facebook event for the challenge kickoff. You want to have a challenge kickoff, get everyone excited, and make it interactive. Talk to them about what they should expect from the challenge, how to set goals and action steps, have them submit their goals and action steps, talk to them about the importance of food logging, maybe promote a food swap for your clients so that they don't have to prep all the food themselves. You want to engage with the client in person and online. So we have a group messaging center in the app that people will use. That's great. And then we're also talking about it in person during all of the classes. You want to collect tracking sheets. So there has to be a way for you to track your client's progress as far as are they following the meal plan? Are they drinking water? Are they coming to class? Are they exercising? Lots of different things that you should look into, stress management, not just are they following the meal plan? Are they losing weight? You want to select and pick a winner. You want to develop those highlight boards for participants so that you could use to market programs after and put on your website and social media. Valuing your time. So this is a really popular topic. What should be free? What should be chargeable? If you're working with a client one-on-one, you need to charge for those services. Free stuff for clients, building expertise. So writing blog posts, email content, recipes, videos, all of those things are going to be providing extra value, building your expertise, building awareness to your program. If you are meeting with a client one-on-one, answering questions one-on-one, developing a plan for them, reviewing their food logs, customizing meal plans, any of that, you need to be charging for those services. Our lowest price point for nutrition services on a phase one type of situation, a new client, is not less than $100. They're not coming in and sitting with us for less than $100, whether it be a challenge or an initial consult. For the follow-up months, 30-minute consults, that's going to be a little bit less, but you need to be charging for your services so that your members are valuing your time and are not going to take advantage of you. So, launch strategies. The first and most important thing is you get your coaches on board. You don't want to be launching a program without all of them on board, because if they're not on board or they don't know about it, it's going to be very tough for them to be excited when announcing it during classes or when people ask them about it. So have a coaches meeting, talk to all of your coaches, get them excited about the nutrition program, help them understand the key points, walk them through a no sweat intro themselves so they know exactly what it's like. You want to start sending out consistent content about nutrition, promoting nutrition engagement, asking questions, responding to those questions. Make a nutrition board, a physical board that has recipe on there, success stories, a quote, a focus point, a nutrition highlighted member of the month. You want to build nutrition programs for new members. This is something that is really important. If you're talking about nutrition from day one, it's going to be much easier for you to sell nutrition packages or upgrade clients to nutrition packages. Have an option that's a standard on-ramp and a gold on-ramp that includes customized nutrition. The standard on-ramp would include an introduction to nutrition handbook, super simple. You want to be putting out consistent nutrition content. Challenges versus individual programs. We have some affiliates that run challenges to kick off a program, and that's great. Others, maybe if they've run a challenge in the past or they're more personal training based. If your gym is more personal training based, individual programs are going to be better. We ran a nutrition challenge at a personal training studio, and we ended up getting more individual clients at the personal training studio than people actually participating in the challenge, because those people were used to that one-on-one setting. They wanted individual approach. They wanted the individual attention. So depending on what your clients want, that's what you would want to start with. Sometimes you might start with both, launch with a challenge, but then you have the individual option for people who want that. Some people just want to get their feet wet, launch with a challenge first, and then as the challenge is wrapping up, allow people to upgrade to an individual package or ongoing nutrition coaching. New member challenge. This is another thing that you could think of. So maybe it's more of like individual nutrition challenges or individual nutrition programming for new members, similar to an on-ramp, but in more of a challenge setting where you're testing initial biometrics after a month or 6 weeks. You want to build ongoing nutrition coaching and hybrid memberships. This is really important. If you are trying to increase your average revenue per member per month, you need to be adding additional services that are going to provide value for your clients. So having a wellness membership or ongoing coaching monthly option where it's an automatic charge added to their membership is going to be a great way for you to ensure that they're consistently coming to their follow-ups, and you're going to be increasing your average revenue per member per month. So wellness memberships, typically people are charging about their 30-minute personal training rate plus 10%. If you have a fancier body fat machine, then typically you're charging like $20 to $25 more. Launch strategy. So deciding which one you want to do, individual versus challenge. The challenge is great for group enthusiasm. I think everyone's really excited when a challenge is kicking off. You don't want to include customized meal plans with challenges because they're not paying for it. So that should be a perk to upgrading to a customized package, and ongoing coaching is getting those customized meal plans. The group messaging, group accountability, weekly accountability. This is some of the benefits for a challenge. You could also provide increase in accountability through teams or partners. You'll have multiple success stories at one time if you're launching a challenge. Within weeks of launching it, 28 days is typically how most affiliates start their program. They'll have 30 success stories to start off with right off the bat to 50. We had a gym that just ran a challenge with over 100. They have a ton of success stories to use and sprinkle in and put on their website to market their program. Individual packages. This is going to be great if you're looking to start with a smaller group, maybe a few test runs with the program to ensure that you have all the pieces dialed in. people with individual programs are going to see better results because they're more tailored to them. You're providing that individual support and accountability, or working with them one-on-one. You could tailor things to performance athletes versus various schedules like working nights. It's going to be easier to work with clients on an individual basis. You want to focus on short and long-term goals. So if you only talk about what they're doing right now, what is realistic in the first month, that's not going to be the best option for you to build a long-term nutrition client. You want to talk about long-term goals and short-term goals so that they see you in the future to help them with their nutrition programming. What's worked best? So our recommendation, the gold standard, what we've seen work best is launching a challenge and building nutrition packages into new members right away. After the challenge is over, graduating people to ongoing coaching and customized plans. Those are going to be the first option of customized plans. You want to make sure that you're providing nutrition hours, limited hours, so that you're not scheduling one client on one day, one client 6 hours later. You want clients to be booked back to back. You want to make sure that you're following up after the challenge is over individually with your clients. You want to make sure that emails are tailored to them so that they know that you care. Talk about what bright spots they had, what awesome things did they do during the challenge, what did they change, what did they struggle with. You're going to focus on those struggles during ongoing coaching to help them dial those struggles in. When you're building a nutrition program, it's important to set the expectations for your support throughout the journey, not just the first 28 days. If you're launching a challenge and you're only talking about the first 28 days, people are not going to see you as part of their long-term plan. You need to be talking about the challenge as part of phase one, as part of the start of their journey, and the importance of ongoing accountability and ongoing coaching for their long-term success. You're not selling or upselling them. It's really what they need to be sustainable with long-term results. I always relate it to a competition. If you sign up for a competition, you're much more likely to train harder. You're much more likely to get consistent with the gym. The same thing with nutrition programming. If you have a follow-up visit on the books, you're much more likely to stick with a plan, stick with a program. So you want to make sure that your clients understand that. You talk about the importance of accountability and ongoing coaching. You talk about the importance of, what are the statistics? How many people are able to maintain weight loss? Of the people that are able to maintain weight loss, what are they doing different? And I could tell you it's because they have support and accountability. There's only about 20% of people that can maintain weight loss. So what are those people doing differently? They have support and accountability. They have ongoing coaching to provide the support they need long-term. Yes, our program is behavior-based. It's great. But they need to know, they need to have that cheerleader behind them to keep them going. We have some clients that are with us for a year or 6 months. They do really, really well, and they say, hey, Nicole, I think I'm going to stop ongoing coaching. No problem. They still come back in and check in every 6 weeks to 2 months. Maybe they don't come in every month, but they're still coming in every 2 months just to do a scan to make sure they're still on the right track so that we can catch it before they've gone way too many steps backwards. So explaining your role and you're there to support is going to really help clients see you as part of the long-term game. Any questions at all, please let me know, but make sure that as you are going through these next few modules that you really think about how you're going to start your program, what are your packages going to be, what are you going to offer in those packages, and have it laid out. Make a chart type of form so that you can see and your clients can easily see what is included so that they know exactly what they're getting, and you're setting the standard and the expectations right from the beginning with what is provided in your nutrition programming. Have an awesome day.